If you're feeling tense, overwhelmed, or unsure of how to ask for help, the Black Swan may be the spirit presence gently gliding into your life. This rare and mystical creature is more than just a beautiful bird. It is a profound spiritual teacher, one that invites you to release tension, embrace vulnerability, and rediscover your voice. The Black Swan shows up not to dazzle with elegance alone, but to remind you of your hidden strength, your softness, and your untapped magic, native to Australia. New Zealand and Tasmania, the Black Swan was once thought to be impossible, a myth that lived only in stories. Until the 1600s, no one believed swans could be anything but white. When black swans were finally discovered, it wasn't just a biological revelation. It became a metaphor for everything rare, unexpected, and transformative. In that way, the Black Swan speaks directly to the soul. Sometimes what you think is impossible is simply waiting to surprise you. Its presence in your spiritual journey is often tied to discovery, revelation, and the quiet emergence of something deeply sacred. In the Aboriginal Dreamtime stories, black swans were once ancestral spirits that later became human. In one myth, a prideful fisherman captures a trickster spirit and refuses to release it, despite his crew's pleas. The trickster's mother, a powerful water being, floods the boat and transforms them all into black swans. From that moment forward, they can only speak like humans at night. Another legend tells of two brothers turned into white swans to help recover sacred weapons. When they were attacked by eaglehawks and stripped of their feathers, the compassionate crow gave them black feathers, transforming them into black swans, forever a symbol of kindness, rebirth, and shared strength. Today, the black swan remains an emblem of Western Australia and a living reminder that our feathers can change, especially when others step in to support our transformation. The symbolism of the black swan is steeped in themes of compassion, assistance, joy, fidelity, family, epiphany, and spiritual liberation. It's a creature that invites you to remember the healing power of connection, the wisdom of asking for help, and the miracle of unexpected joy. Black swans are almost entirely black, with small touches of white at their wingtips. During molting season, they gather in flocks because they cannot fly. It's during these vulnerable times that they rely most on each other for safety and survival. There's a lesson here about community, about finding your tribe and leaning into it when your wings feel heavy or broken. We don't have to fly alone all the time. Sometimes, grounding ourselves in shared purpose is exactly what we need. Like other swans, black swans mate for life. Their devotion to one another is unwavering. They work together to build their nests and raise their young, showing us what partnership rooted in trust looks like. And even when one mate dies, it's not uncommon for two swans of the same gender to bond and care for the nest together. Love, to the black swan, transcends form and expectation. After warding off predators, swan pairs trumpet loudly and dance. In celebration, a joyous expression of victory, loyalty, and unity. Spiritually, Black Swan often arrives when we feel powerless. When circumstances seem fixed and hopeless, the swan swims into your awareness as a reminder that you are not victim of life, you are a creator within it. You can rewrite the story, reclaim your energy, and move beyond limitations. Sometimes all it takes is a different way of seeing the challenge and the right help to lift you out of the water. Because of their long, elegant necks, black swans symbolize the ability to reach spiritually, emotionally, and intuitively. But sometimes this reaching can become overreaching. The black swan asks, are you extending yourself for those who truly honor you? Or are you giving energy to people who wouldn't do the same for you? It also reminds you to ask for support, just as much as you offer it to others. When a black swan can't fly, it doesn't isolate, it seeks the safety of its group. So if you're grounded, speak up. Reach out. You might be surprised by the love that responds. Once airborne, the grace of the black swan is breathtaking. It doesn't need to prove anything, it simply glides, powerful and serene. That's you, when you remember your truth. That's your spirit, once freed from the fear of judgment or self-doubt. And when Black Swan appears to those seeking love, it is often a sign that romance is near, though not as expected. Just like the swan itself, the relationship may arrive in an unusual way, through a surprising person, or during a time when you least anticipate it. Be open. The Black Swan only brings love that is real and transformational. If your birth totem is the Black Swan, people likely see you as mysterious, magnetic, and unpredictable in the best way. You are not easily defined, and you like it that way. There's a playful edge to your presence, a deep love for laughter, beauty, and life's poetic moments. And yet, when it comes to protecting those you love, you are fierce. No one crosses into your sacred space without earning it. To those within your inner circle, you are loyal, attentive, and nurturing. And you're the first to pour a glass, start a fire, and bring people together for long conversations and delicious food. You create safety and warmth wherever you go. Still, life for Black Swan souls isn't always soft. Many carry wounds from past relationships that left them guarded or jaded. But underneath the armor is a romantic heart that wants to believe again. Don't close it off. Just because one love ends doesn't mean lasting love won't come. It will. The Black Swan always finds her mate. When you call upon the Black Swan as a power animal, do so with clear intention. This spirit does not respond to confusion or half-hearted requests. She is powerful, direct, and honest. When she speaks, you will hear her. If you're searching for your soulmate, the Black Swan will guide you, but you must be patient. Her magic unfolds on divine timing, never rushed. If you feel out of place in social situations or unsure how to fit in, the Black Swan can help. It knows the sting of invisibility and the ache of being misunderstood. It can soften your energy, helping you feel grounded in your truth without the need to prove anything. And if you've been too forceful or emotionally intense, Black Swan gently helps you temper that energy and find grace again. When the Black Swan enters your life, nothing stays the same. It's not just a bird, it's a sign that destiny is about to turn. The most powerful reason to invoke the Black Swan is when you feel you need a miracle. This is the energy of transformation, the kind that comes when you least expect it. When all seems lost and suddenly something wondrous, rare, and unexpected glides into your life, that's the Black Swan. She is the shift, the revelation, the sign that beauty can emerge even from brokenness. Many stories trace her origins to a time when all swans were white. Two landed in eagle territory and were punished, stripped of their feathers and dropped from the sky. But where their feathers fell, flannel flowers bloomed across the land. The blackbirds later gifted their black feathers to the swans, giving them their new form. The only trace of their past remains at the tips of their wings. This myth reminds us that beauty can rise from pain, that loss can lead to grace, and that kindness can shape our identity forever. Philosophically, the Black Swan is a metaphor for events that seem impossible until they occur, known as the Black Swan theory. It speaks of rare, unpredictable moments that change everything, events so powerful they force us to rethink everything we believed. They show up in science, economics, and personal life. And though they may seem small at first, their impact is undeniable. The rediscovery of the Black Swan shattered a centuries-old assumption. Just like that, truth shifted. What have you assumed that might not be true? What truth is waiting to emerge from the unexpected? When you dream of a Black Swan, pay close attention. It often means something wondrous is coming, a new relationship, a personal healing, a spiritual revelation. If the swan swims beside another, it reflects harmony in a relationship. If a group moves together, your family or community is aligned in love. But if two swans argue, something needs to be healed with a friend or loved one. If the Black Swan seems distant or blurry in your dream, something in your life is outside your current understanding, just beyond your comfort zone. If you chase it and it flees, ask yourself, are you pursuing something forbidden or unwise? And if you see it nesting peacefully, your home life is likely in balance, and you're surrounded by quiet rewards for your care and devotion. And finally, if a Black Swan glides toward you across a still pond, prepare your heart. Love is coming unexpected, gentle and transformative. Just like the swan itself, the world may see a bird, but your soul knows it's a sign. Subscribe, listen closely, and let the Black Swan show you what you've been missing.